You keep talking about past lives in almost every video. If it were true and we have lived on Earth before, why is it so important that you have to keep telling us over and over again? Okay, why is it so important? The reason many people do not want to know about past lives, or the reason many people want to be in denial of the fact that we have lived before many times, in many different bodies, in many different cultures, is because then you don't take this life so seriously. You say, it's okay, I've been here before, I will come here again, let's see what I'm going to learn this time. That way you relax and you enjoy life. But because many of us do not want to relax and enjoy life, we have been told that we should not enjoy. Enjoyment is the devil's work. We should always suffer. We should always have stress. We should always care for others. And when you have a knowledge of past lives, you don't buy into that story that you need to suffer, or that you even need to be good. And this is probably what is scaring you, and you don't like hearing it over and over again in almost every video. Also, if you know that you come to Earth many times, there would be no need to stress, no need for anxiety, no need to always be in a hurry. And then you can relax and find more of you. But most of us do not want to find more of us. And we create situations that give us stress because this makes us feel important. See, because we are never told as children we are important, we do matter, we never let go of this need to be important. And when we have problems or stress or a lot on our mind, we think that we are important, and this is why we have all these things to deal with. But in reality, it's a farce. It's a lie. It's not these things that make us important. What makes us important is realizing who we are and why we are here. And then we can let go of the stress. I lived that life for 40 years. I know it very well. And I was very successful in it as well. But I have to say, as soon as I discovered that I have come here before, I let go of my rush to become successful. As soon as I had seen that what my goals were in this life, I had already achieved in previous lives, I let go of the need to achieve them. And I relaxed. When I say I relaxed, I don't mean I just laid on the couch and stayed there. I mean, I no longer planned to become successful, and at least what society calls successful. And I no longer planned to hurry up to do it by this age, to have this by the time I'm 40 or 45 or 50. So this is why I keep mentioning it in many videos, because you will calm down after you realize that this life is only one of many, in most cases one of hundreds. Another reason I mention it a lot is we have so much unfinished business from past lives that is actually affecting this life. And the biggest reason it is affecting it so much is because this particular life we are living in now is the last lifetime of karma. I'm going to quote another therapist. My sister was in therapy with this person. He's a multidimensional healer. I can actually mention his name. I don't like advertising, but this guy does amazing work. His name is Edward Rice. He kind of opened me up in the beginning. He opened up my third eye, and he was the first one that showed me a past life, and that way I could heal what was my blockage here in this life. I have not spoken to him for like 12 years now, I think. But he gave me 3 or 4 sessions that literally opened up my mind. Anyway, he was telling my sister that the reason you have so much karma in this life is because usually, before we take a human body, we go to our karma closet and we pick out 1 or 2 pieces and we bring it with us to work on them. But because this is the last lifetime of karma, we pulled a truck up to the closet and emptied the closet into the truck and brought all our karma with us in this life. And this is another reason why I mention it over and over again. Now, this is going to sound a little bit weird if you do not believe in past lives, but so many of our illnesses have to do with unfinished business from a past life. So much of our depression has to do with unfinished business from a past life. So many of our emotions have to do with unfinished business from a past life. You see, when you live forever, if let's say today was Friday, our past life was Thursday, the one before that was Wednesday. So for the soul, a past life is yesterday. Just like today we might finish something that we started yesterday, this is how it is for the soul when it clears something from a past life. It simply clears something it had started yesterday but didn't get to finish it. Because up to recently, our lives were quite short. So let's see why else I mentioned past lives. If you are ill and you don't know where it comes from, I would say it's 99% from a past life. Find yourself a past life healer and have a session. And when you do go to someone who gives past life regressions, don't go there with, I want to see who I was in a past life. The soul isn't interested in glamour. The soul will take you to a moment that needs to be healed. I remember the 4th or maybe 5th or 6th time I saw one of my past lives. None of them were nice. And I asked my soul, did we have any nice past lives? Because all I'm seeing is trouble and trauma. And my soul replies, the nice parts of our past lives do not need to be healed. This is why you're always seeing the parts that are not so nice. So let go of this, I used to be Cleopatra in a past life, or I used to be the Queen of Sheba. Let go of that. You weren't either. And focus on clearing your past lives. Yes, you were poor. Yes, you were a slave. Yes, you were a beggar. Yes, you were a thief. Yes, you were a murderer. Yes, you did spend time in prison. Go there and heal them. The person that's giving you the past life session knows exactly what to say, what to tell you to say to your expression in the past life. Since we're saying expressions, notice this picture. On the right side, it has the word expressions. I have given thousands and thousands of personal sessions, and this is how the soul always mentions its body, my expression. Or a client might ask, what do I have with Holland? And the soul will reply, we had an expression there. They don't say past lives, or they don't say my body or my lower self. They always say expression, my expression. We are one of the soul's many expressions. Anyway, back to past lives. Yes, stop looking for the glamorous ones because you're not doing yourself any favors. None whatsoever. Yes, I used to be a queen, is what I hear all the time. There's 7 billion people in the world. We've probably had 1,000 queens in history, and everybody used to be a queen. Like your life, like yourself. You don't have to be a queen to be important. You are already important. Start liking yourself for who you are and stop looking for the glamour. And I'm going to quote something from a channel called Cryon. The channel is actually Lee Carroll. The energy he channels is called Cryon. Because everybody always asks channels, I met so-and-so, where do I know him from? And one time the channel replied, Cryon, look, sometimes you meet someone to simply leave them, to move on, because you could not do it in a past life. It doesn't mean that because you know someone from another life, you are meant to be together. So, for those romantics out there, that if they want to be with someone, they come up with all these romantic stories, how we've had so many lifetimes together. Stop it. You're not doing yourself a favor. If you want to be with someone, go up to them and say, listen, I want to get into your pants. That's it. And cut it out with these stupid stories of how you know them for so long. Just tell them the truth. Just say, come and fuck me. That's all. It's so easy. And you know what? 8 out of 10 times it works. Trust me. I've heard the most ridiculous stories about knowing someone from another life. I've had one client I remember many years ago in America. She wanted to ask something about her husband, or she just wanted to tell me something about her husband. I can't remember. But I remember her saying, my husband and I have been together for 25,000 lifetimes. And her soul replies, and you still haven't learned? Because if you have been with someone for 25,000 lifetimes, which the number is a little too big, I think, but then again, I could be wrong. The universe has existed for trillions of years. If you have been with someone for that long, it means you're not learning, and you're simply repeating a past and you're simply repeating a lifetime. So again, stop it with these silly things. Now that I said repeating a lifetime, we do tend to repeat lifetimes a lot, and we get stuck in the wheels of reincarnation. This is another reason why I mention past lives all the time, so that we can heal the past, we can close the books on the past lives, and we can move on. It's very easy to do. Don't panic. Don't think it's a massive job. I suddenly got disconnected, so I'm going to leave it at this. Maybe this is all I was meant to say for this one.